Hello, it is 9 p.m. in this time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines, we have the opening of the 42nd Extraordinary Summit of IGAD in Kampala under the presidency of His Excellency Ismail Margele. Nearly 80 dead in Israel, raids in Gaza, shootings and airstrikes in Khan Yunis. Welcome to our newsroom. The 19th summit of the Non-Aligned Movement with the heads of state and government of the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD, took place this morning in Kampala, Uganda, to discuss these issues on the summit agenda. The Non-Aligned Movement was founded in 1961 and is the second largest group of countries after the United Nations. It comprises 120 countries, including for 53 from Africa, 39 from Asia, and 26 from Latin America and the Caribbean, and 2 from Europe, as well as more than 120 representatives. Several heads of state and government from over 120 countries took part in the summit, including the President of the Republic and current Chairman of IGAD, His Excellency Ismail Margele. The summit addressed a wide range of issues, including food insecurity, climate change, strengthening multilateral relations, and economic challenges. The summit provides a platform to discuss major challenges that transcend borders. The collaboration between the non-aligned countries and IGAD testifies to the willingness of nations to work together to address global challenges and promote peace and prosperity, with a view to contributing to the strengthening of ties between the nations of the non-aligned countries and the countries of the region, to foster closer relations, thus stimulating economic development, political stability, and the peaceful resolution of conflict in the region. The President of the Republic and current Chairman of IGAD, His Excellency Ismail Margele, yesterday took part in the 42nd Extraordinary Summit of Head of State and Government of the Intergovernmental Authority on Development. The summit was marked by crucial discussions on two major issues, the ongoing dispute between Somalia and Ethiopia and the crisis in Sudan. The summit was attended by the leaders of the regional organizations, member countries, including the President of the Republic, Ismail Margele, Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni, Kenyan President William Ruto, Somalian President Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, and South Sudanese President Salva Kiir. During the summit, IGAD's leader discussed tensions between Somalia and Ethiopia following the signing of a memorandum of understanding between Ethiopia and Somaliland. The IGAD countries reaffirmed the principles of respect for the sovereignty, unity, and territorial integrity of the Federal Republic of Somalia, specifying that any agreement or commitment must respect these principles and obtain the consent of the Somali federal government with regard to the situation in Sudan. The leaders of the IGAD member countries expressed their deep concern at the ongoing fightings and the deplorable humanitarian situations in Sudan, stressing the urgency and finding solutions to facilitate the peace process, to facilitate a comprehensive peace in close collaboration with all Sudanese parties. The head of state Ismail Margele expressed his deep concern at the ongoing fightings in the deplorable humanitarian situation in Sudan. Listen for more details.
His Excellency Mzee President Museveni and dear host, Excellencies, heads of states and governments, Excellencies, ministers, and heads of delegation, Sir Antonio Guterres, Secretary General of the United Nations, Mr. Musa Faki, Chairperson of OAU Commission, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would extend a warm welcome to you all at this 42nd Extraordinary Summit of the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, IGAD. I wish you all a year filled with strength, good faith, happiness, growth, and prosperity for our nations and communities. Allow me also to express our profound gratitude to His Excellency Yoweri Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, for graciously hosting this 42nd extraordinary meeting of IGAD despite this demanding schedule. We convene today under a sense of urgency as our region grapples with challenging times, be it the devastating conflict in our sister nation, Sudan, or the recent developments in relations with Somalia and Ethiopia. These challenges necessitate bold leadership, unwavering commitments, and a shared vision that transcends borders and ideologies. As you all know, today's summit was convened at the request of the Federal Republic of Somalia. This demand arose in response to the recent signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between the Democratic and Federal Republic of Ethiopia and Somaliland. As you are all aware, our forum has always provided us with the unique opportunity to collectively engage the deliberations on each and every disturbing development arising in our region and have an open and constructive dialogue on challenging issues that matter most of our nations and peoples. As we, heads of states and governments, bear the responsibility of steering our nations through those challenging times in a spirit of genuine cooperation and solidarity. It is therefore my hope that over the course of this summit, we will engage in robust and fruitful discussions, leaving no stone unturned in our pursuit of fruitful, constructive, and tangible outcomes. Thank you for your attention.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, has indicated the final statement of the meeting.
From statements and subsequent deliberations on the situation in the Republic of the Sudan and recent developments in the relations between the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia and the Federal Democratic Republic of Somalia, the Assembly congratulated the people and President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for hosting and successfully organizing the 42nd Extraordinary IGAD Assembly of Heads of States and Government, and also the Non-Aligned Movement and the G77 plus China summits, as well as the courtesies and warm welcome extended to delegates. Deeply concerned by the recent development regarding the relations between the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia and the Federal Republic of Somalia, reaffirmed the cardinal principles of respect for the sovereignty, unity, and territorial integrity of the Federal Republic of Somalia, and any engagement should uphold the above cardinal principles, and any agreement or arrangement should be with the federal government of Somalia. Called upon the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia and the Federal Republic of Somalia to de-escalate tensions and instead engage in constructive dialogue. Emphasized that the Republic of the Sudan does not belong to the parties to the conflict only but the Sudanese people, and reiterated their call for an immediate and unconditional ceasefire, as well as cessation of hostilities to end this unjust war affecting the people and the people of the Sudan, to pave way for a political dialogue. Underscored the primary responsibility of IGAD member states to ensure the will of the people of the Sudan prevails. Recalled the commitment of the parties to the conflict for a face-to-face meeting within 14 days, and called upon the parties to meet within 2 weeks. Stressed that IGAD member states will utilize all means and capabilities to ensure the conflict in the Sudan is resolved peacefully, and directed the IGAD Secretariat to provide an update to the Assembly in the next 1 month. Directed the IGAD Secretariat, in coordination with the African Union Commission, to revise the roadmap for the resolution of the conflict in the Republic of the Sudan that was adopted at the 14th ordinary session of the IGAD heads of state and government with clear timelines and called upon the region and the international community to support IGAD efforts in facilitating the peace process. Concerned by the continued fighting in the Republic of the Sudan and the dire security and humanitarian situation occasioned by the war, reiterated its call for the parties to the conflict to commit to dialogue and negotiation, and in this regard expressed IGAD's continued readiness to offer its good offices to facilitate an all-inclusive peace process to end the conflict in close collaboration with all Sudanese stakeholders, the African Union, and regional and international actors. Called upon IGAD, in coordination with the African Union and the international community, to support the peace process with the aim to resolve the conflict in the Republic of the Sudan. Welcomed the chairperson of the African Union Commission that appointed members of a high-level panel for Sudan and called on the panel to work closely and collaboratively with IGAD and other stakeholders in facilitating the peace process in the Sudan, and decided to remain actively seized of these matters, done on 18 January 2024, Entebbe, Uganda. I submit.
On the sidelines of the extraordinary summit of IGAD and non-aligned countries, the President of the Republic, current Chairman of IGAD, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, yesterday received the Chairman of the African Union Commission, Mr. Moussa Faki. The audience between the President and Moussa Faki provided an opportunity to discuss the main issues on the agenda of the IGAD Extraordinary Summit, which is taking place against a backdrop of a crisis in the countries of the Horn of Africa, notably the dispute between Somalia and Ethiopia, the conflict in Sudan. The two parties emphasized the importance of finding effective solutions through commitment and a shared vision on the part of the country's leader in order to face up to regional challenges. On the Djiboutian side, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, Djibouti's ambassador to Kenya, Yassine Almi Bouh, took part in the audience. This morning, the Secretary of State for Sports, Hassan Mohammed Kamil, took part in the third edition of the international exhibition in Lahore, Pakistan, a biennial event bringing together economic players from all over the world alongside the country's Minister of Commerce, the Mayor, and senior city officials. The Secretary of State had the honor of cutting the opening ribbon, marking the start of this major fair, showcasing products from various economic sectors. In his capacity as a head of national sport, Hassan Mohammed Kamil strolled the easels of the exhibitions, paying particular attention to the stand dedicated to sport. He visited national companies renowned for their expertise in ball manufacturing, underlining the importance of the sports sectors in the country. Accompanied by his technical advisor, Muhammad Farah, as well as the Deputy Director General of the NPS, Mr. Ahmed Ali, the Secretary of State reinforced the presence of the official delegations, testifying to the continuing commitment of the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh, and his government to the promotion and development of the national sport, as well as the economy of the sector concerned. This participation in the Lahore International Exhibition reflects Secretary of State Hassan Mohammed Kamil's commitment to promoting economic and sporting opportunity, thereby strengthening ties between Pakistan and the rest of the world in these key areas. Balbala unites for a cleaner, more united neighborhood. Today, the commune of Balbala was the scene of a commendable community initiatives in partnership with the city Ubah associations. The municipality organized an awareness-raising day, highlighting the collective commitment to beautifying their neighborhood. The City Ubah Association is a major player in the community involvement played a key role in the coordinating the day. Its aim is to make residents the artisans of their neighborhoods beautification, and this collaboration aims to encourage collaborative projects between residents and local authorities. This day marks the first phase of an ongoing commitment. Further initiatives of these kinds are planned until next June. The ultimate aim is to strengthen ties within the community, promote environmental responsibilities, and establish local authorities by actively willingness to take part in the improvement of the environment. Attended by the president of the commune of Balbala, Muhammad Hassan, local elected officials, women neighborhoods leader, and member of the association. The flagship Jeep Talent program is broadcast live every Thursday from the digital studio of Radio Television Djibouti in collaboration with the Ministry of Culture, and continues to arouse keen interest not only in the capital but also in the country's regions, even among the diaspora. At last,
كان هلكن بالله وحرية
soo kuwa dadku bay waxa ka laalaaday hagan kana waa laalaadi
سواء كان هوس كان ما كان دادع سواء
deebiga dhici
واركا ما دعيا لا نص كم بد بحجنا دادع
ayeedo haye
Vérification du processus et du résultat final qui sont déroulés dans de bonnes conditions et en toute transparence. Voici les gagnants de la 10e soirée du 16e des finales du concours Jeep Talent 2023-2024. Le gagnant est M. Saïd Ali Saïd, avec 14,53 sur 20. L'autre gagnant est Ryan Abdullahi Ali, avec 15,23 sur 20.
Following the exceptional evening of Jeep Talent, the music scene was marked by a truly breathtaking performance with the winners of the 10th evening of the 16th final.
عاشق
the three as well as the Community Development Center of the 5 interior regions follow it live the 10th evening of the 16th final of Jeep Talent. You can follow the lively atmospheres in the various CDCs in the Djibouti city and the interior regions, particularly in Damerjog, where a young local was in the running for the 10th evening of the 16th final. The Associations Sportive of Ali Sabih announced in its Assasa elected a new president this Friday morning. Osman Wais Rayale, commonly known as Barry, is the sole candidate to succeed Mr. Ahmed Musa Obsiye at the head of the club. Obsiye, regional directors of the sports secretariat and former player with the club, had held the positions for 2 years. On the acting basis, the elections of the Assas Club president took place in the presence of the regional prefect Abdul Malik Muhammad Benoita, the president of the regional council. The regional officials supervised the voting operations and were present when the ballots were spot and the result announced. Out of 57 voters, President-elected Osman Wais Rayale received 54 votes in favor of 3 invalid ballots. Voting took place at the town Ejido Sport School in the presence of the representative of the Ministry of Interior and the prefect bailiff for the player. The right of the vote elected an associations.
ciyaaraha fudud intaba asaas waa urur ka mida hormoodka isboortigiyo ciyaaraha fudud intaba asaaskii guusha iyo asaas waa udub dhexaad asaas waa urur ka mida hormoodka isboortigiyo ciyaaraha fudud intaba asaas waa urur ka mida hormoodka isboortigiyo ciyaaraha fudud intaba ururkani asaas waa ururin badan laga soo aflaxay orodyahanadiyo juweerada ad adag askar xoog lahoo awood iyo karti leh ardaydii ka soo baxday baa u badan ilaa maalintii la kumay asaas aabbaha dalka ku ammaanano arrin iyo adduun la tagano ummadiyo dalkuba u hayaanaba.
For his part, the new president of Assas, Osman Wais Rayale, known as Barre, thanked all the members of the club who took part in these elections and above all everyone to improve the club's sporting performance and the regional parliamentarian with the Minister of Interior. The third stage of the Caravane du Numérique Special region successfully came to close in Tejora in the presence of the prefect of the region, Mohamed Hamad Abbas, the managing director of the CTID, initiator the Caravane of the Numérique, Samatar Abdi Osman, and the deputy prefect, the commander of the national police, Ilmi, the principal of the CM of Tejora, Samatar Abdi Osman, said that the third stage of this digital towers, the Caravan of Numeric, enabled the implementation of the Code for Youth program, which brought together 13 young technologist enthusiasts from the SEMO in Tejora and the high school of Tejora. This introduced the fascinating field in the virtual reality and robotic. This Code for Youth provided an opportunity to work on practical solutions based on artificial intelligence tools to solve problems. To this end, participants project the first consistent, capable, and recommendations health management requirements and provide the necessary equipment and the teenagers, young people of Tejora, world of STEAM, sciences, technology, engineering, and mathematics and robotics to better prepare them for the jobs of the future. For the international scene, in the early hours of Friday, witnesses reported a gunfire in the Khan Yunis in Gaza, the main towns in the south of the Gaza Strip. Dozens of the Palestinians killed, and advances of its soldiers has been displaced to raids. Fighting Solutions organization announced overnight the hepatitis probably linked to the spread. The West Bank has risen to 6,000 issues on the Thursday by the authorities for the affairs of prisoners and former prisoners, governmental Palestinian prisoner. The 7th October amounted to more than 6,080 and includes those arrested, their homes, and the military checkpoints. In Davos 2024, the USA invests in African agriculture in Davos, reiterating its country's commitment to quality crops of developing climate resilient. Over 700 million people worldwide suffer from hunger. Global demand for food is set to increase more than 15% by 2050, but climate changes and other stress factors are reducing crop yield in collaboration with the African Unions and the Food Agriculture Organization. This is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.